So we have the Master of Science in Human Factors program chair, and myself, Associate Program Chair, Dr. Moran. Here's our contact information. And if you want to look at the catalog as far as the courses that are required, the degree requirements, there's a link on the bottom of that screen, and I can provide that to anyone who needs it afterwards. So a little hard to sum up human factors in 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever we're given. But there's a number of different definitions out there. This is one that I picked up off of the Human Factors and Ergonomics Society website, and it's from the International Ergonomics Association. So human factors, we call it human factors in the US. Throughout Europe, they call it ergonomics, but it's the same discipline. The scientific discipline concerned with understanding interactions among humans and other elements of the system. It's the profession that applies theory, principles, data, methods, and design in order to optimize human well-being and overall system performance. And those are some very important points there, because the whole focus of human factors is to take into account human capabilities and limitations, and then match them to system capabilities and limitations, and blend the two so that it's best for the human and best for the system performance overall. We make machines, systems, and interfaces compatible with needs and abilities and limitations of people. The main focus of the program is to provide the student with a foundational understanding and application of the core human factors field. And those basically are 3 or 4 areas that we concentrate on: cognition, psychological, physiological, human performance, limitations, capabilities, and human error. So human factors is not a single discipline, it's a multidisciplinary type of science. We encompass psychology, physiology, engineering, anthropometry, interface and system design, user experience, VR, AR, simulation, and a host of other disciplines whenever needed. If there's any system out there where a human interfaces with the machine, with an interface, human factors has a place in that, in the design of that system. The application of science of human factors is found in many industries, civilian and military, aviation and aerospace for one. Human factors many decades ago got their roots founded in military aviation with the advent of flight, of aviation, of new technology as World War I, World War II came into play, and other wars as well. The military aviation is what basically has driven human factors development and design, and we have deep roots in that area. I myself, I work for Embry-Riddle now, but I come from the United States Navy. I worked as a civilian employee for the Navy for over 10 years in Orlando, developing training and simulation systems for them. So we cover all modes of transportation, engineering, automation, robotics, unmanned systems. We have a lot of students in our program now that are not only aviation centered, but are also medicine, Medicare, medical, healthcare, hospital centric. We deal with complex socio-technical systems in any industry in which humans and machines interface. Some of the salaries, these are from 2019, 2020, but they're pretty accurate for today. As you can tell on the left-hand side, we have a number of different companies that are listed. You have Intel, you have Northrop Grumman, Boeing, Lockheed, Sprint, Apple. They all employ human factors people, human factors researchers, human factors engineers. Some of the salary ranges run from the mid 70s up to the mid 150s, and depending on your degree, depending on your experience, you could command an employment status and salary somewhere in that range. A little bit about our program itself. The Master of Science in Human Factors, our courses are 100% online. We have no in-person courses required. We work off of 9-week terms. which is convenient for a lot of students, and it allows them to complete the program usually in about 2 years. We have some that complete the program a little bit sooner than that, but 2 years is the average, and that's what the program was designed for, was a 2-year completion rate. We have courses taught by terminally degreed faculty with extensive experience in the field, such as myself. I have a PhD in human factor psychology and worked for the Navy, like I said before, for about 10 years developing simulation systems for their various platforms. Our courses address major roles and responsibilities of human factors engineers, researchers, and safety professionals in a variety of fields. Our program itself, we have 2 cognates. We have the specialty cognate, which is a 30-hour program, and it does not have a culminating research requirement such as a capstone or a thesis, but it's got basically 10 courses, 9 human factors content courses, and then 1 research methods and analysis course. And then we have the research cognate, which is a 33 credit hour program and is much more research intensive. It culminates in a thesis project, which is basically one-on-one experience between the student and a professor. We have a number of students going through the thesis process right now, and they all speak very favorably, very highly of that process, because it gives them a real world taste of what it's like to actually design a research project and perform some research data collection analysis on their own, basically. Core requirements for both the cognate and the specialty and the research cognate, the thesis option, are listed above on top, the 7 courses there, starting with human cognition, human performance, and so on. And then we branch off into the specialist cognate, which includes a research course, systems engineering course, and virtual environments course. Then if you switch over to the thesis option, the research option, we have a more detailed research and statistical analysis portion, and then the thesis itself. We've seen this fellow before, Tate Beller, captain for SkyWest Airlines. He has nothing but glowing things to say about the program. He's a recent graduate. Stresses the research experience, made him a safer pilot, better prepared to operate in his environment as a captain for SkyWest Airlines, and just overall good guy, and one of our stellar graduates here in this program. So with that, our contact information again, and if you have questions, again, I'll be around. Dr. Moran will be around, and if you could list them in the chat, that would be great.